My favorite part about being an influencer is building a community, but my least favorite part is paying taxes. What is up, everybody? My name is Tyra and welcome back to Keeper Tax, your one-stop shop for all things 1099 taxes. Here on this channel, we create resources for freelancers, independent contractors, gig workers, and anyone else who files or should be filing business taxes. Welcome back to the Keeper Tax YouTube channel, where I give you the tax content you need to set yourself up for success as a gig worker, or in this case, as an influencer. Over the last year, I have gained over 12,000 subscribers, but I have considered myself an influencer since 2018 when I got my first paid brand deal. And y'all, I have learned a lot along the way. So let's just get into the video. If you are an influencer, then you know that we shell out tons of money to run our brands. If you are not writing off those expenses, you could be leaving thousands of dollars on the table each year at tax time. And I don't know about y'all, but I need my coins, okay? So the issue is, sometimes as a freelancer or influencer, we don't realize what is actually considered an expense. But I hope to clear that up for you guys today. So with that being said, the first write-off I would like to talk about is phones and accessories. If you use your phone for work, then it is partially deductible. As an influencer, we are constantly posting on our IG stories, feeds, editing photos and videos. Anything associated with your phone can be written off at least partially. We have an entire video on writing off your cell phone on the channel, so please check that out to learn more. Write-off number 2 is prizes for giveaways. I was literally watching one of my favorite YouTubers who is running a giveaway for a $1,000 shopping spree. That prize money is 100% tax deductible. It's a business expense, it is a gift to a subscriber, but it is also marketing, because with giveaways you typically have to share a video or a photo or follow a page in order to enter. So go ahead and write it off. Number 3, apps. Fun fact, Final Cut Pro costs $300. It is an app. Facetune is a paid app, and I also use this teleprompter app, which was not free, and all of these apps are used for work and they are tax deductible. Write them off. Number 4 is your computer. I personally have 2 computers. I use my desktop solely for work purposes to edit videos and all of that jazz. You guys, you can write that off. Please check out the video I have on writing off your computer, because even if you only have one computer that you use for both business and personal use, you can still claim a partial write-off. Write-off number 5, filming equipment. Ring lights, that Canon 80D, your microphone, and anything else you use to create your videos for your audience are tax deductible. I, for one, am a tech junkie, and for the longest time I was not writing off my filming equipment. Y'all, tech is expensive. I will never make that mistake again. Write it all off. Number 6, contractors. If you use websites like Fiverr or Upwork, or hire freelancers or contractors to do things like video editing, script writing, graphic design, animation, you can write off those expenses. The cool thing about contracting people through Upwork or Fiverr is that you can receive a report at any time that has a log of exactly how much you spent on contractors. Add that amount to your tax bill. Number 7 is courses and seminars. These days, y'all, there are so many courses on influencing, growing an audience, or learning editing techniques, and I'm pretty sure you've taken at least one. They are all tax deductible because they are furthering your knowledge and helping you grow your business, your brand as an influencer. Number 8 is web hosting fees. If you have a website hosted on Squarespace, Wix, WordPress, or even GoDaddy, you can write off those fees. And if you have a business email address, those typically cost extra as well, and they are also tax deductible. Number 9 is online ads. Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, any ad you pay for online pertaining to your business can be written off. Number 10, personalized merch. Anything you order to show off your personal brand like t-shirts, stickers, mugs, hats, all of that is tax deductible. Number 11, car expenses. If you drive for work as an influencer, like to a restaurant to do a blog post, an industry event, or even hotels, you can write off a portion of your car expenses. Now, there is a lot that goes into this, but no worries. We have an entire video on car expenses on the channel, so please check that out to learn more. Number 12, home office expenses. If you do at least some of your video work from home, and as an influencer it would be very hard not to, and you have a dedicated desk or space that you do it from, don't forget to claim a home office write-off. Now, it is a common misconception that it needs to be a separate room to claim these write-offs, but a dedicated desk is sufficient. Learn more about the home office deduction in our home office deductions video, which I have linked down below for you guys. Number 13, travel expenses. Y'all, this one is so huge. So, story time. I currently work with a hotel brand and they gift me free stays all over the United States, but they would not reimburse for travel to get to these locations. All of these expenses are tax deductible because I am leaving town for the purpose of shooting content in these hotels. So plane tickets, trains, car rentals, meals while traveling, even Wi-Fi fees, all of these expenses are tax deductible on work trips. Learn more about travel expenses in our travel write-offs video. So knowing that you can write off all of these expenses definitely come in handy in general, but I also want to point out that if you are gifted expensive things from brands, you are taxed on the monetary value of these items or trips, even though you never received an actual physical dollar. So please y'all, be sure to take note of all of this and all of the other expenses associated with accepting these gifts. A good rule of thumb that I personally like to use is, let's say that the gift is $600. I want to make sure that I have spent at least $600 in business expenses to account for that free gift. And in the rare case that I do not spend that $600 in business expenses to create the content associated with this free gift, I make sure that the gift elevates my life in some way, or it's an item that I can use to create many pieces of content with in order to recoup that money that I will be taxed on. We gotta think smart, y'all. So guys, please keep all of this in mind when you are planning for the year as an influencer. I wish I had a resource just like this when I was just starting out. Now, I hope you guys learned something, and if you did, comment below. My mind is blown. That is all that I have for you guys today. If you would like more easy to digest tax content, make sure that you give this video a like. And if you have not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure all of your notifications are on so you can get all of the alerts and stay up to date with all things self-employed taxes. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.